Oh, sorry guys. Good morning. Welcome to Watershed. Come on in. We're so happy to have you here. Welcome into the space. Grab a seat if you haven't already, and please join us as we sing.
I want to invite you to connect with your breath this morning. At Watershed here, we invite worship however you are. So some people sit, some people stand. There's no right or wrong way to do these things. And so this morning we invite Spirit to settle in on this space as well. So that's our prayer. As the Spirit was moving over the water, Spirit come and move over us. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. As the Spirit was moving over the water, Spirit come and move over us. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. So calm down, Spirit, when you move, you make my heart pound. When you feel the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will feel me. Calm down, Spirit, when you move, you make my heart pound. When you feel the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will feel me.
It's moving over the water. Spirit, come and move over us. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. As the Spirit was moving over the water, Spirit, come and move over us. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. Fire and wind, come and do it again. Open up the gates, let heaven on in. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. Fire and wind, come and do it again. Open up the gates, let heaven on in. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. Calm down, Spirit, when you move, you make my heart pound. When you feel the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will feel me. Calm down, Spirit, when you move, you make my heart pound. When you feel the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will feel me.
So it can be really hard to invite Spirit into a space. For so many of us, spirituality, terms of God, was weaponized against our bodies. But that still small voice that lives in each of us, that's what we're trying to get in contact with. That still small whisper, that thing that gives us joy, that thing that gives us purpose, that thing that helps us connect with the divine in ourselves and each other. So this next bit says, Holy Spirit, rest on us. And so I invite you, if that's hard for you to imagine, maybe just imagine it in your breath. In the inhale, in the exhale. That your breath itself is spirit. Your spirit in this space, I hope, just to find a moment of rest. Will you join us? Abby?
At the end of my heart, Spirit, come rest on us. You're all we want. You're
so good to be with y'all this morning. Welcome, 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 welcome. We're in this series on kinship. We have a really special guest, really special kin with us. And I hope that you feel challenged today, but also that you feel a sense of being held. I've come from spaces where we weren't always aware of each other and the body. And today we get to do that. Get to be aware, cultivate awareness, see places and spaces that we've missed, spaces that we can expand ourselves. And I want to do that with a familiar song. Last week we did King of My Heart, but we only did a part of it. And here at Watershed, we're all about restoring, telling a new story, reclaiming things. So I want you to notice what might shift when we shift. So instead of King of My Heart, we're going to say kin, the kin of my heart. As you've seen this with us, notice what shifts in your experience. Notice what shifts in your ability to sense your goodness and each other's goodness. I think there's a vision of this beloved community that there is a space that we can never let each other down. So we sing this next song as aspiration as we arrive to each other this morning.
The kin of my heart be the mountain where I run, the fountain I drink from. Oh, you are my song. Let the kin of my heart be the shadow where I hide, the light in my life. Oh, you are my song, and you are good. The kin of my heart be the wind inside my sails, the anchor in the waves. Oh, you are my song. Let the kin of my heart be the fire inside my veins, the echo of my days. Oh, you are my song. Of my heart be the wind inside my sails, the anchor in the waves. Oh, you are my song. Let the kin of my heart be the fire inside my veins, the echo of my days. Oh, you are my song. You are good, you're good. Never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. Oh, you're never gonna let me down. You're never gonna let me down. You're never
So, God, yes, this morning we give thanks to you. We give thanks that we are reminded that the starting place is goodness. We know that as people walk into this room, that goodness through life's experiences, through life's challenges is sometimes dimmed. But you help us to remember. You help us to come home to ourselves, to each other, to community, through our breath, through our welcome, through our hospitality, through reminders that there is goodness and that our starting place is good. So thank you for this moment, for the moments ahead, as we take the goodness that you've put in us and we share it with others. It's in your name that we pray. Amen. This morning, there's so much goodness in the room, and you each carry it in your bodies, and so I don't want you to just keep it there. Will you pass some of that goodness to somebody as we pass the peace to each other and greet each other this morning? Again, welcome into this space.
Well, good morning, Watershed. Good morning. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. My extroverts, y'all came prepared today. I love it. Hug, hug, sit, sit. Well, good morning, Watershed. My name is Dominique. I am one of the pastors here. If I haven't met you, I would love to have the opportunity to say hello to you. This morning, we have so many beautiful things that's happening. We have KJ Ramsey here as our guest speaker. But before she comes up, we've got just a couple announcements for you. So if you are brand new to Watershed, welcome. We are so glad that you are here. We invite you to fill out our digital connect card. If you scan that QR code, it's going to take you to a digital connect card where you get the opportunity to let us know a little bit more about you, and it also gives you an opportunity to ask any questions how we can get you connected. And so if you're able to do that this morning, feel free to do so. You can also do that throughout the week as well. And if you've been coming for a while, maybe a year, maybe two, and you haven't done this yet, this invitation is for you as well. So August will be here before you know it. And so we've got a lot of things that's happening in August that we want you to be mindful of, for you to go ahead and put it on your calendar. So the first thing that's happening in August is Preface. Preface is an opportunity for you to get to know a little bit about Watershed. And so if you are interested in making Watershed your spiritual home, this will be a great step for you. You get to trace the story along with hearing our story of how we became Watershed. And so registration is live. You can go ahead and fill that out if you're interested, or if you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@watershedcharlotte.com. Next, we have our Charlotte Pride Parade. As you know, These decorations are going to be up all summer. And so this is very, very important to us. This is an opportunity for us to walk and celebrate our LGBTQIA plus members. It is also a protest, but we are coming together in solidarity to just bring hope to our city and bring hope to our siblings. So there are multiple ways for you to be involved. You can volunteer or you can just walk. Last year we had about 110 people that did all those things. We're looking for 150. We're pushing 150. We can do that. You have time. You have like about a month and a half to invite about 40 plus people to come and walk with you or more. I love that Watershed gets to walk in the parade. That is such honoring for me, and it brought me back home when I first came to Watershed. And so we are inviting you to participate in that as well. So registration for that is up on our website. If you want to go ahead and save the date, or if you know for a fact that you're going to walk or volunteer, this is a great opportunity for you to do so. And lastly, last month, or we're still in June. Yeah, it's June 28th. So this month, next month in August, we are in critical months when it comes to generosity, and we cannot lose ground. And so we thank you for already giving. If you're giving already, thank you for volunteering. That is also another way that can be a generosity towards us. But as we're going into the fall, we want to keep striving. We want to keep going. And so if you're in a season to give, we thank you so much for doing that. There's so many different ways that you can do so. David and Matt will share a little bit more on this as we enter into the fall months. All right, friends, are you ready to enjoy the rest of the service? Yeah? All right, I'm going to turn it back to the band.
Just love Dom. So good. Can we give it up for Dom? Our pastor of hospitality and welcome and all the things that are just so good. I was at a conference Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week, and we talked about the economy of reciprocity and how so much of it starts with welcome and hospitality. I like this next song, and if you're new here, can you raise your hand so we can? Oh, welcome to the space. So at Watershed, we love to challenge the lines between secular and sacred. And so often we'll pick a secular focus song and sit with the spiritual meaning of it. And so the song that we picked today is by an artist named Morgan and Sarah Bareilles, and it's called Wonder. And I just love how the lyrics in it are unresolved. We have a lot of wonders, and sometimes we don't know if we belong in spaces. They disconnect us from our bodies. And so the song talks about that. So I want to leave you in some of the unresolved, and maybe we can find some ways that can accompany us in the unresolved as we do this next song. I'm glad you're here. Lately I've been so disconnected. My feet don't want to touch the ground. Can't find my way through this dimension when all these voices drown me out. I feel so far from my body. It's hard to find my way back. Everyone tells me I'm crazy. Well maybe I am.
I wonder if anyone will hear this. I wonder if I'll ever be fearless. I wonder if I'll end up alone. Don't know where I'm going. Oh, I wonder if what I say will matter to someone. If I go broke trying to keep on. I wonder, I wonder, I wonder. Some days I'm like a falling feather. floating, I don't know where to land. Why are we looking for the answer when the question's way too hard to understand? I wonder if anyone will hear this. I wonder if I'll ever be fearless. I wonder if I'll end up alone. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, I wonder what I say will matter to someone. If I'll go broke trying to keep on. I wonder, I wonder, I wonder, I wonder. I wonder, I
Oh, I wonder if anyone will hear this.
I wonder if I'll ever be fearless. I wonder if somebody will miss me. This life is a mystery. Oh, I wonder if what I say will matter to someone. If I go broke trying to keep on. I wonder, I wonder. I wonder, I wonder, I wonder.
Taking back what was lost, finding out what I want. No need for fighting. A new hope is rising. It's where I can't let go. Behind any storm, the perfect shelter until the days get better. It's like an island when I grow tired. The best place I know, 'cause it feels like home. It feels like home. It feels like home. It feels like home. 'Cause it feels like home. It feels like, yeah, it feels like home.
Good morning, Watershed. Good morning, beautiful people. So many people here today, so many visitors. Welcome. I will tell you that the diversity you saw in the band, can we give it the band for a second? How amazing they are. That diversity almost completely represent the collective healing, the collective whole that Watershed is. And I hope wherever you go, wherever you're around, you see yourself on a stage and not just being in the audience. That is a very important principle here at Watershed. Thank you. So my name is Kim Honeycutt. I'm one of the teaching pastors here, and I have the dubious honor of introducing KJ Ramsey. And I'm going to talk about Numbers for a second because that is a chapter in the Bible. So that's how Christian I am. There you go. And one is that KJ is a neuro-informed, trauma-informed psychotherapist. She is somebody who is an activist. She's a mental health warrior. She stands out there and advocates and an activist for people who deal with chronic pain, chronic illness, and mental illness. But when I think about KJ, there's certain numbers come to mind. One is 8. And that is she has 8 incurable diseases she fights every day. 9 if you want to add religious abuse to that. Also, 4. She's published 4 books. 2 of those books are here in the back today that you'll have a chance to get, that share openly and honestly her pain, who she is, and who she is becoming. And she's very transparent about that. And the other number is 1, because when you're around KJ, you feel like you're the only one that's there. She has that ability to just help you to feel that you matter just because of all the pain she's been through, all the work she's done. You will feel that when you are around her, and you get to experience that for the next 35 minutes. And I'm saying 35 because otherwise she'll go for 125 minutes. So, I'm so excited to introduce my soul sister, my friend, an advocate for all of us, KJ Ramsey. Give a warm Watershed welcome to my friend.
Oh gosh. My goodness. Thank you. She just said live up to that, okay? Hilarious. Oh gosh, let me get myself situated. I have to have my emotional support water bottle with me. So, and then my body support chair. Get all the things. So, that's me 3 weeks ago, which is perhaps a little bit shocking based on what you see in front of you today. And we'll talk about that later. But tomorrow morning, back in Colorado Springs, where my husband Ryan and I live, and Ryan is here today. Yes. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., a very kind woman, actually I'm going to start a little timer for myself because she was right, that wasn't a lie. I could just keep talking forever. I'm time blind. So, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., a very kind woman named Sam, who has 8 children and 20 years plus of nursing experience, will knock on my door carrying a bag full of everything that she needs to spend 9 or maybe more hours with me, hooking me up to an IV to receive the medicine that keeps me alive. And then she'll come back and knock on my door the next day at 9 a.m. and do it all over again. And that's why I don't get to stay longer with you, which I wish that I could. So every other week, for 18 to 20 hours at a time, I become a small city of health. The rivers of my veins carry the boats of others' better health to land that would otherwise languish. Healthy antibodies, gathered from 10,000 to seriously 100,000 human beings who are much healthier than me, replace the antibodies that my body can't make and flushes out the ones that my body makes that only make more trouble. It's called IVIG. I have common variable immune deficiency, lupus, autoimmune autonomic ganglionopathy, and a whole coven of other diseases that are masters in the dark arts. IVIG keeps me alive and protects me from what most people's bodies can protect themselves from. So every other week, for all those hours that I don't want to be hooked up to an IV, me becomes we. Literally. In my body right now, I am carrying the cells of other human beings' bodies. That is how I get to be here today. If you held a vein finder to my arms, you would see rivers and roads. They splinter and stretch under the surface of my skin, just like mycelium connects the plants and trees beneath the ground that we see in the forest. This is, by the way, I make weird art, and this is a collage that I made a long time ago of things that I foraged from the forest, because I'm a mushroom nerd. if you can't tell already. Got to talk about mycelium right from the start here. When I went on my first foray with my Mycological Society, which is Mushroom Club for Adult Nerds, let's be clear, I followed a climate scientist around the forest like I was a little lost puppy. He showed me fungi shaped like birds' nests. He lifted red ruchulas so I could smell their shrimpy scent. He pointed out purple phallic cortinarius, which are really cool looking. You should Google it. And then he kneeled down to show me brown hawk's wings in their edible prime, mushrooms that I could take home and eat. When we returned to the parking lot, our little group, a scientist from the Denver Botanic Gardens was gathering up our goods on a tarp and lifting them up like a new friend to love. Like, here's the cortinarius, this is what they're known for. And he said, look at these pine trees. Look at this forest that you just foraged through. None of these trees would be taller than your kneecap if there was not a mycorrhizal fungal network underneath the ground nourishing them. And we, too, are trees in a forest who can only flourish by the life that others send our way. It doesn't have to be as literal as getting IVIG every other week so that you can stay alive. It's just as true for you as it is for me. In 1 Corinthians 12, and I'm going to read to you from the First Nations version of the Bible. It's the one that I feel safest reading from myself personally. I really love the decolonized indigenous language. It reads, "Human beings have one body made of many parts that all work together. It is the same for the body of the chosen one. For through one Spirit, we all participate in the purification ceremony that joined us together into one body. That body is made up of tribal members, wisdom seekers, slaves and free, but none of that matters because we all drink from the living water from the same Spirit. Now, the body is not made up of one part, but of many. If the foot should say, because I am not a hand, I am not part of the body, would that make the foot any less part of the body? And if the ear should say, because I am not an eye, I am not part of the body, would that make the ear any less a part of the body? If the whole body were an eye, how could it hear? If the whole body were an ear, how could it smell? But in their wisdom, the Great Spirit has given each body its own place, so it can fulfill the purpose it was created for and make the Creator's heart glad. If all the parts were the same, how could there be a body? Even though there is one body, it was made to have many parts. So the eye cannot say to the hand, I have no need of you. Neither can the head say to the feet, I have no need of you. But the parts of the body that are thought to be of little use are needed, just as much as the other parts. The parts we see as lowly, we honor by wrapping them in beauty. We respectfully cover those parts of the body that should not be seen, but the more publicly respectable parts of the body do not need this kind of treatment. So, the Great Spirit has put the body together in a way that gives more honor to the parts that need it the most. This makes it clear that Creator's purpose is to keep the body of the chosen one from division. It shows each of us how much we need each other. That was verses 12 through 25 from 1 Corinthians 12. This is a visual of the mycelium that I mentioned. So we, from the surface, only see generally the trees. The trees and the understory of ferns and brush. But underneath that, there's these white fibers that quite literally are so numerous and stretch in such length and have woven over each other so much that even to dig up like 1 inch of it contains enough fibers to stretch from here to the redwoods in California, almost. There is such a larger web of life underneath the forest than you can even imagine. Like lungs that move oxygen from the mouth to every inch of your extremities, life force, love, moves through the lungs of others' losses toward the parts of us that are languishing. So, the book that I just published holds some of the hardest stories I have ever lived. And the thing about stories is they keep going. And the story hasn't gotten easier, really, for me. And one part that I'm repeating chronologically and experientially for myself right now is the experience of being on high-dose steroids. Thank God that they exist, because I would probably literally be in the hospital right now if I wasn't on them, but I get to be with you thanks to them. And my rheumatologist did clear me to be here. He was like, you need a mental health boost. This is gonna be hard and you might not be able to do it, but you can try. We have a team, we're a team. But the story that I want to share with you, one of the side effects of high-dose steroids is how quickly they change how you look and how much you can access of yourself. You can't always access all the parts of yourself that you like. And sometimes you have to experience being a version of yourself that you don't like, and others honestly don't either. You are a little bitch. Okay, so take us back in time, August 2023. I clutch the bathroom vanity and stare into the mirror. And the face looking back at mine, it's not me. I can barely see my blue eyes beyond the bursting balloons of my cheeks. My jaw appears to have been swallowed by skin so swollen it aches. I wipe away a crust from the slits of my eyes. In the last few days, I can barely see by midday because my swollen cheeks crowd out my eyeballs, leaving my vision blurry. My face is so turgid that today I tried to open my phone, and after multiple failed attempts, I realized that it was no longer recognizing this face as my face, and I had to reset my phone's Face ID. It's 3 a.m. and I'm far from sleep, so I sit on the toilet, of course, and pull up my phone, where one little square of my screen greets me daily with pictures from my past. And I can barely believe my eyes. The gift that the angels, that the AI gods of algorithms at Apple decided to give me tonight is a picture of my sister, Kenzie, who has lupus. And turns out I do too. Kenzie in the picture stands next to me, and you can actually see it there in the corner on the right. That's my mom and Kenzie. She stands next to us, our whole family's right there, and we're all grinning, wearing these silly bellhop caps right after getting off Disney World's Tower of Terror ride, where we screamed our heads off. We were there just 3 months after my sister almost died from a heart attack at 20 years old from the disease that we share. All week, we took turns rolling Kenzie around Disney in a wheelchair, laughing, amazed, so glad that she was alive. In the photo, Kenzie's smiling face is nearly as swollen as mine is tonight. Her cheeks are like puffy clouds, stretched wide from the high-dose steroids that helped her survive. This face means she survived. So I stand up from the toilet, and I look in the mirror again, and I hold my hands to my missing jaw underneath all the swollenness. And I look myself straight in the eyes, and I say, this shape means you are surviving. I say it out loud, and then I say it again. This shape means that you are surviving. The medical term for what I'm seeing and what I'm actually experiencing, again, it's already started. High-dose steroids, we love them and we hate them. It's called moon face. High-dose steroids save lives, but they stretch faces and sanity, filling in frowns with retained water and redistributed fat. And my face is now a full moon. And I'll be real with you, it's frightening. It is frightening. These pictures, like from the left to the right, this happened, I gained 50 pounds in 2 weeks. It's hard to describe the dysmorphia of so quickly no longer being able to recognize yourself in a mirror, and to the extent that your phone doesn't recognize you either. My face is a full moon, and it is frightening to not only be more fatigued than ever, but to no longer recognize myself in the mirror. But in the moonbeam of my sister's survival, I can better see myself. I can't be ashamed of this softness in my body because it is the shape of survival that is stronger than a heart attack. It is fiercer than the anaphylactic shock that almost killed me just 1 month prior to those photos. It is more stunning than a supermodel. Moon face. I say it out loud, I say it into the mirror, and I look myself into the eyes. I say it not as a slur, but as a spell. I will let my survival shine for the next person who needs a light in their dark. When trauma and pain are leaching the life out of us, sustenance comes from beyond the self, or at least the self that you imagine that you are. Beyond the self, but through her, through us. You are so much more than an individual being, just as trees are so much more than their height. The threads that stitch us together carry the kindness that we need to keep going. The nourishment that we need exists in the space between our stories. The hope that we can't conjure on our own when life has disoriented us so thoroughly that we might not even recognize ourselves in the mirror. That hope is held in other people's hands. And it's not withheld, it's held, ready to be handed to us. We never outgrow our need to become more fully human. And by that I mean, your humanness is held in other human beings' hearts. You are not a human because of your ability to take care of yourself, eat, sleep, bathe, poop, pee, earn a living. You are a human because you exist and because you are loved. Your humanness is tied up in your connectedness. Nothing about what I bear in my body with the burden of diseases can cancel the fact that I am loved and connected at all times to all that lives and breathes in this world. So, flash forward to earlier this June. Oh, and good. We're doing great on time, so I get to tell you more stories. In this picture, this is my mother-in-law. This is about 2.5 weeks ago, post-major surgery. Which again, I don't know if you can tell, but I had 1 month before my latest book came out, which is, if you know anything about authors, book release season, you work for this for years. And it requires so much energy and effort to then share your book during book launch season. And of course, 1 month before my book came out, I learned that I had a face-eating, highly aggressive tumor that also needed to come out. Yeah. So I found myself, instead of on stages and doing podcast interviews and being able to post about this book that I worked so long to make for all of you, I found myself at Mayo Clinic in Minnesota because my tumor was so rare that I had to go somewhere where the world's leading experts in rare face tumors could take it out and rebuild my face. In less than 3 months, this tumor ate my entire right side of my nose bone. It was just gone. That picture that you saw at the very beginning showed a 3D model of my face, and the little bit of dark that was on there was the tumor, which was twice that size before the first surgery, and I'm having 2 surgeries. Twice that size before the first surgery partially took it out. It was on a rapid course to take over my eye, and eventually it would have reached my brain. But I was able to get it taken care of because I listened to my body and was like, I feel something. Which, of course, first doctor I saw, I was like, that's probably been there a long time. And I was like, women know our faces. We look in the mirror every single day. There's a bump here. This has not been here more than 2 months tops. Who was right? I was right, because women know our bodies. Damn it. And then when we saw the CT scan, what did the doctor say? In 30 years of medicine, I have never seen anything like this. And then he texted his surgeon friend to be like, I gotta send you somewhere. And literally by the time I was walking out the door of his office, I was set up to see a surgeon and have surgery 1 week later. You can't always see someone's story on their skin. Remember this. Every human body that you will ever meet carries stories full of pain and beauty and joy that you can't imagine. Every person that you meet, and every face that I'm getting to look at right now, holds infinities of pain and resilience and kindness and tenderness. I could walk around every day of my life astounded at the magic of your existence. That's how holy what you hold inside your body that I can't see is. I don't know that you realize how magical it is that you exist. So, I share this hope is a team sport. This is a quote that I learned during one of my many surgeries at Mayo Clinic to drill holes into my knees, because turns out high-dose steroids don't only make you gain 50 pounds in 2 weeks, they sometimes kill bones in your body. And a little shocker, I didn't know bones could die. I didn't know that was a thing. Turns out it is. And the steroids that kept me alive 3 years ago in the hospital during a medical crisis killed both of my distal femurs, the ends of my femur bones in my knees. And as I was heading into this surgery where I was going to have to spend 6 weeks completely off my legs, like literally can't put more than this amount of weight on my feet, needing around-the-clock help to get to the bathroom. I was too weak to be really able to like even push myself in a wheelchair at that point. My family, my parents were with us, Ryan was with us, we were in Mayo Clinic. My surgeon saying like, I'm so sorry. I can't promise you that this is gonna help. But I wouldn't do it if I didn't think that it might. And I don't know if you're ever gonna be able to walk again. But we're gonna do everything that we can to try. And I looked at my family, who were about to have to take me to their home in Montana to recover for 6 weeks, because our own home is not wheelchair accessible in Colorado, who were gonna have to take me to the bathroom in the middle of the night and help me bathe. I looked at my family and I thought to myself, I'm benched right now, but hope is a team sport. I didn't have much hope. I was afraid. I had survived unsurvivable medical odds, only to be left with a life I wasn't sure that I had the strength to keep living. The pain in my knees was so horrific that I would scream involuntarily in bed every single night. I didn't know that a person could be in that much pain and still be alive. I didn't know if that pain would ever improve. Hope is a team sport. Other people held the ball of the imagination of my future being bearable for me, while I couldn't. It was too damn heavy for me. The other picture is a woman named April, who has read my books, and every time I've come to Mayo Clinic has said, I'm here if you need anything. And this time I let her come. She picked me up at 6:30 in the morning to go get plasma-rich platelets injected into my knees, and then later in the day see a allergist for a whole other shit show that, sorry for my language, a little, just a tiny bit sorry though, like only a little. Which ended up being this whole other thing that was very painful, and thank God I accepted help. I almost didn't let this woman show up because I was like, we're gonna bond over bodily fluids within 30 minutes of meeting each other. Are you really up for that? Like, you wanna come see my blood get spun down and injected into my knees? But it turns out, I don't know if you can see in that picture, that's a moon face. And the moment that I saw April standing in my hotel lobby, I felt the joy of kinship. You don't get that face without going through hell. And I knew she's my people, so I'm gonna let her show up for me today, because clearly she's been here before. When something new comes into your life and crushes you yet again, and you've already been crushed too many times, the story that I survived to get to the last page of this book was already too much. It's so intense that my own priest read it recently, and when I went to pray with him prior to going to Mayo for the surgery, he said, KJ, I just have to tell you, if your book was a movie or a TV show, I would not think that this plot was believable. It's so intense that it doesn't even register as real. Like, how could all of this happen to one person? And I don't say that to like pump myself up. I say it to say like, bad things happen to us, and sometimes bad things keep happening to us. And we are not bad for losing hope the next time they punch us. You do not outgrow your need to be fully human, which means to be connected. You do not outgrow your need for hope to be a team sport. I sure as hell have not outgrown it. So, after having my skull cut open, there's a almost 4-inch cut here where they took a piece of my skull to rebuild my nose, and they took skin and cartilage from the left side of my nose to rebuild the right side, which you can't see. After that, and it triggered some of my other diseases to freak out, and of course, every surgery that you get is way harder than the surgeons tell you to expect it's going to be, because let's be honest, have they had their skull cut open? Do they know what it feels like? No, they don't know what it feels like. After all of this, that I had spent weeks recovering in a hotel room after getting out of the hospital, because I was too fragile to be able to fly home and then have to fly right back to see my surgeons. My hope was low. I was just living in a dark room trying to stay out of the ER and not be readmitted to the hospital. This is literally just earlier this month. I ended up having to travel back to Colorado alone after my in-laws left. They had taken over caregiving help from Ryan, and then it was just me, and April was filling in the gaps. And then it was time for me to fly home to Colorado, and damn, I was tired. I wasn't sure, I could keep doing this. It's too hard. It hurts too much. And so I put out a little SOS onto the internet, because I don't care if I'm a trauma therapist and I have published books. I'm also just a human being for whom life is too hard. And I said, I'm having a hard time hoping. Will you hope for me? Will you let hope be a team sport right now? And people did. And when I got to the airport, I almost collapsed at the check-in counter and said, I have got wheelchair assistance. I think I need to get into a wheelchair right now. They pull one up. I turn around, and the person who is standing there was the exact same wheelchair pusher who had pushed me through the Minneapolis airport on my way home from first meeting my surgeons just 3 weeks prior. And he was delighted to see me, and he was so delighted that they got the whole tumor out and that I was alive. And I realized his own grandmother had died from a tumor, and he was so grateful to get to see a different storyline happen. The space between his pain and my pain became a holy moment full of hope that somehow I can be carried forward into a future that I can't imagine bearing, because there will be enough love to meet me if I am willing to eat the crumb instead of pining after the cake of what I wish my life would be. Kinship is everywhere. Kinship is all around us. If we are willing to look, if we're willing to imagine that, and of course I've gone so far, so we can go, I'm going to skip a bunch of those slides for you back there, Oliver. We can just go straight to towards the end. Yeah, here we go. Or maybe go back one. If we're willing to re-look at the stories of our pain, and we are willing to see grief and pain not as enemies to our joy, but that pain is a prophet prompting us to look and imagine that there are invisible realities underneath the surface of our sorrows that are even now, in this moment, pulsing full of the life and kindness and nourishment that we need to stand tall. If we will imagine that there is this web of life underneath us, even when we cannot sense it, even when we cannot feel it, even when it seems like a, not gonna cuss, lie. The web of life is beneath you, and it is pulsing with what you need to keep going. Whether your life is full of 8 diseases and surgeries that you never could have imagined being real, or your life is full of disappointments of what you thought it should have been and what it really is, and grief that you can't get over. The hope of healing is not about getting over our grief or overcoming our pain. Healing is the restoration of our kinship. Healing, you can be sicker than you've ever been in your life. I have more diseases now than I did when I signed the contract for this book, and I am more healed because I am more human now. And that is a reality that is not just for people who publish books or have credentials. Like, that's just, I'm not special. That is humanness, the restoration of our kinship and being aware of our vital connection to all that lives and breathes is what sustains us. The forest is on your team. Literal beauty, trees, mushrooms, sunsets, these glimmers of goodness that actually tell your nervous system and your body that you're safe enough to stay here on this planet. They're on your team. The people around you are on your team. Doctors, some of them, are on your team. Surgeons, wheelchair pushers at random airports that you don't want to have to be going through are on your team. There is more kinship surrounding you and upholding you than you can imagine, and your life gets to be a discovery of that love every single day, and the things that you wish you could abolish from your life are actually going to be the prompts that help you pay attention to how real and feral joy is. Joy is gonna haunt you every day of your life more than pain. And it lives right in the place between my pain and your pain, between your grief and my grief. It is not on the other side. Joy is not a prize for those privileged enough to not live in daily pain. Joy is the fuel that empowers us to keep going. Joy is the presence who will hold you together when you can't hold yourself up. Remember how woven you are. Remember the threads of life that are pulsing with love toward you. Watch for them. I hope that you don't get a face-eating tumor. But when the next bad thing happens to you and you are crushed by it and you feel like you can't keep going, may there be one speck of imagination that there might be more holding you up than you know. Thank you.
Thank you, KJ. Thank you for helping us see the space between us. I'm going to sing our last song today and invoke that collective acknowledgement that we want to know you. We want to know each other. The song traditionally says, I want to know you, but today we want to sing we. Let that be our collective prayer as we close out today.
edge of our hearts, to the depths of our souls, we have witnessed a mystery we can't put into words. When I try to explain you, it just doesn't describe. You're in every direction, even here you reside. More than we can comprehend, more than we can understand. Yet you've given us the chance to know you, to know you. More than we can comprehend, more than we can understand. Yet you've given us the chance to know you, to know you. From the eyes of our hearts to the depths of our souls, we have witnessed a mystery we can't put into words. When I try to explain you, it just doesn't describe. You're in every direction, even here you reside. More than we can comprehend, more than we can understand. Yet you've given us a chance to know you, to know you. More than we can comprehend, more than we can understand. Yet you've given us a chance to know you, to know you. We wanna know you more than we know you. We wanna know you more than we know you now.
Is there somebody here you wanna know? Yeah, we wanna know you.
More than we know you. We wanna know you more than we know you now. We wanna know you more than we know you. We wanna know you more than we know you now. We wanna know you more than we know you. We wanna know you more than we know you now.
From the eyes of our hearts
To the depths of our souls,
we have witnessed a
mystery we can't put into words. When I try to explain you, it just doesn't describe. You're in every direction, even here you reside. More than we can comprehend, more than we can understand. Yet you've given us the chance to know you, to know you. More than we can comprehend, more than we can understand. Yet you've given us a chance to know you, to know you. To know you.
as we head into this week, we invite ourselves to know more of ourselves, to give ourselves permission to know more so we can know more of each other. KJ, thank you so much for being here. 3 days we get to spend with you, so thank you for just your words and your wisdom to our community. Friends, if you are here for KJ, she has her books. Help her make some money. She's got both of her books. She's got the Book of Common Courage for sale, and then she's also got her new book, The Place Between Our Pains. So if you are here to buy a book, to get your book signed by KJ, we ask that you make a line under the Beloved sign and also give KJ some time to get to her table as well. Thank you all so much for being here. Hope you all have a great week.